world champion, the Olympic champion, the Commonwealth champion, Linford Christie from lane 8. It's Jamie Henderson from Scotland, lane 1. Oram Lewis of the Bahamas, lane 2. Kennedy Ondiek of Kenya in lane 3. Derwin Scatliffe of the British Virgin Islands, lane 4. Rutger Gens of Namibia, 5. Dexter Brown of St Vincent Grenada in 6. Denton Guy Williams of Sierra Leone in 7. And Linford Christie in lane number 8. They're away. Christie off to a good start on the outside from Guy Williams over on the inside. Henderson running well. Christie already has them covered. It's just a matter of how quickly he's going to run through. He walks to the line, Christie, and wins it in 10:38 with Henderson of Scotland running second. How easy was that?
Pretty easy for him, but like I said, I think that pretty much all the best athletes here are going to run the first 60 quite hard, and then they're going to ease down. They don't want to waste any extra energy on these first round heats.
And confirming the times in Heat 1, Linford Christie 10.39, Jamie Henderson 10.45 from Scotland second, Kennedy Ondiek third from Kenya in 10.59.
The day he's confident going into this. It's his first major international meet, in fact his first major one outside of New Zealand, so it's a long way for him to come. I really hope he goes well in this.
Away, Brimacombe got off to a reasonable start only. On the outside, Ali was quickly in charge of the race from Maitland. Brimacombe starting to come through now. Ali is going to win. Brimacombe, good run second. Third very close between Bunny and on his inside, Markolides from Cyprus.
It's a good run for Steve Brimacombe. He didn't get a great start, but boy, didn't he pick it up in those first couple of steps. He really moved along there. It's a 0.6 tailwind, so he's going to get a good time out of this. Good on him.
Now the field for Heat 4 of the men's 100 metres, and Tim Jackson of Australia is our interest here in lane 1. Peter Pulu of Papua New Guinea in 2. Ebrima Bojang of the Gambia in 3. Ato Boldon, Trinidad Tobago 4. Barnaby Jolicoeur of Mauritius in 5. Robert Esme of Canada in 6. Oachi Molabachi of Botswana in 7. And Bimal Tarafta is in lane 8 from Bangladesh. Fourth heat, first round. They're away. Jackson got off to a reasonable start only. Boldon was away quickly, but Esme flew out. It's Boldon and Esme. Jackson's getting through to 30s, running it out well, and Boldon goes on to win. Jackson may have got second in front of Esme, 10.26 the time, and they had a tailwind of 1.3 metres per second.
Yeah, Tim actually, he didn't get a very good start in that one, but he again picked it up halfway through the race. I'm not going to say he was struggling, because I really think he had a lot in reserve there, so I think he's going to go well in the next round.
Expert commentary there from Kerry Johnson with Peter Donegan out at the track. And we'll be taking you back out for more action a little bit later.
Frederick Cannon, Nauru 4. Elston Shaw of Belize 5. Obadali Thompson of Barbados in 6. John Mayer of Jamaica 7. And Tavita Fawanuku of Tonga in lane 8. And that's the man to watch in Heat 7. Frankie Fredericks of Namibia, the Olympic silver medalist in Barcelona at both the 100 and 200 metres. World champion at 200. He's got a 10.07 this year to his credit, 9.95. It's his lifetime best. Starter has them Heat 7. And they're away with Fredericks getting off to a brilliant start in lane 1. Out in lane 6, Thompson's running well, and so is Mayer on the outside, but Fredericks has them safely covered. Fredericks wins easily. In second placing, probably Thompson, and Teray over near the inside, and the time quick, 10.14. Frankie Fredericks really asserting his superiority in heat number 7.
How easy was that for him? It's a pretty good run, isn't it? He turned off at about the 80-metre mark, and he gets a great start for a tall fellow. Often the really tall athletes seem to hang back a bit in the start, but he just jumped right out of the blocks.
Officially, Frankie Fredericks 10.14 seconds, impressive in heat 7 from Sanusi Teray, given second in 10.28, and Thompson third in 10.29 seconds, heat number 7. 1 to go. And there is Damien Marsh. He's had a pretty good preparation. He's beaten 3 of the top-ranked sprinters in the Commonwealth this year, Bruni Surin, Frankie Fredericks and Daniel Effiong, so he has been in tremendous form. The Australian record holder set in Oslo back in July of 10.16. Marsh slow. Gilbert got out very quickly and leads Marsh a metre halfway down the track. Out in the outside lane, Zizamides running well. It's Gilbert in front for the cheers of the local crowd. Damien Marsh could have got him, didn't want to. They've run 10.09, the quickest so far. And that is a pretty good effort from Damien Marsh. That will be a new national record. Now watch Damien Marsh and watch him have a look around. Probably about 20 metres from the line was really where he turned the engine off.
That's right. See how relaxed Damien is. He's not tense at all. His shoulders are low. He's just running along there. He knows he's got second and he's got through to the second round. Yeah, has a big look around there. No, he went very well.
So Glenroy Gilbert officially in 10.10. Damien Marsh, by switching off, has missed the Australian record. In fact, he was going so slowly on the line, 10.21. Not that that's slow. And third is Zizamides, 10.40. Great run by the Australian champion Damien Marsh in the open final heat. The blocks for this, the first quarter-final of the men's 100 metres. Linford Christie, the hot favourite. Steve Brimacombe's got a tough task here, Kerry.
Yes, he has got a tough task, and what he's got to try to do is to let the others drag him out a bit. He's drawn lane 6, so he's got the good ones on the inside of him. He's got to try to get out as hard as he can and just be up with them at that 30-metre mark and then just try and hang on from there.
Here's Michael Green, most impressive in the first round of heats. Canadian is Robert Esme in lane 7. Again held a long time. Christie and Green both got off to excellent starts. Esme in lane 7 away well. Green just leads. Christie's overhauled him now. He's got him. Linford beats Green. Brimacombe running on very well, got third in front of Markelides, and the time is 10.02.
What a great time. Linford looked absolutely wonderful in that, running down there. Very, very good. Michael Green got out a great start there. Steve Brimacombe didn't get a good start, but ran home very, very well. Good run, Steve.
The official result of the first quarter-final, Linford Christie equaling the Commonwealth Games record, 10.02 seconds from Michael Green of Jamaica, 10.17. Terrific effort, Steve Brimacombe third. He's through to the semi-finals, 10.32, taking up third spot in the first quarter-final. Second quarter-final, Zizamides of Cyprus in lane 1. Bruni Sarin of Canada in lane 2. Damien Marsh, Australia, lane 3, impressive in his heat. Nketia of New Zealand in lane 4. Jason John of England in 5. Olapade Adeniken of Nigeria in 6. John Mayer of Jamaica in 7. Johan Venter of South Africa, lane 8. Well, Kerry, Damien Marsh looked impressive in his heat, but he's going to need to be here. He's got some stiff competition. Yeah,
Damien has certainly drawn a tough heat here, but I'm confident of his ability. He's got a very cool head on him, and I think he'll do really well in this. And it may be a very fast time, this heat, because we've got some great runners in this one.
Away, Marsh not off to a brilliant start. Adeniken got out pretty well, and Nketia's going well, and so too is Sarin. Marsh starting to come through now. The first four going through there across the track, and Adeniken beats Nketia. Sarin and Marsh getting through in the last little bit, 10.11.
But very, very strong over this final part here.
Jason John of England just missing out. Official result of the second quarter-final, Olapade Adeniken from Nigeria, 10.11. Nketia of New Zealand, 10.13. Damien Marsh of Australia actually getting up to get third in 10.21, the same time as Bruni Sarin of Canada, who's also through. Third quarter-final, and we have Elliot Bunny of Scotland in 1, Alfred Stubbs, the Bahamas 2, Frankie Fredericks, Namibia 3, Ato Boldon, Trinidad and Tobago 4, Tim Jackson of Australia in 5, Frank Mwakpa of Nigeria in 6, Hosni Mohammed, Singapore in 7, and Salem Dariba of Ghana in lane 8. There is the Australian Tim Jackson, 10.40 in his heat. Let's hope he can reproduce at least that effort, maybe something a little better. Away, Fredericks off to a brilliant start out of 3. Tim Jackson very slow to begin. Fredericks leads. From on the outside, Boldon coming at him. Fredericks from Boldon, and there they go to the line. 10.03 for Frankie Fredericks.
Well, what a great run by Frankie. Really, his starts are just incredible. For a 200 specialist, what a great runner.
And officially the time for Fredericks, 10.04 seconds with a 1.8 metre following breeze. Ato Boldon of Trinidad and Tobago second, 10.15, and Wakpa third. Elliot Bunny getting through in fourth, placing into the semi-finals. And the fourth quarter-final, Thompson of Barbados in 1, Terry Williams, England 2, Horace Dove-Edwin, Sierra Leone in 3, Deji Aliyu of Nigeria in lane number 4. Glenroy Gilbert of Canada 5. Jamie Henderson, Scotland 6. Warren Johnson, Jamaica in 7. And Kennedy Ondiek of Kenya in lane 8. And this could be the race for the young men. The World Junior record holder, Thompson of Barbados in 1. The World Junior champion, Aliyu of Nigeria in lane 4. Aliyu got off to a reasonable start. Gilbert was away very quickly. They are spread across the track. Dove-Edwin's also going well in lane 3. It's Gilbert in front. The crowd cheers and the Canadian wins in 10.12.
Good run, and he looked very impressive in the heat, so I was very, very glad for him because he looked great this morning.
So the fourth and the last of the quarterfinals. The last 4 places in the 100 semi-finals filled with Glenroy Gilbert leading the way home. Cyprus in lane 1. Bruni Serin of Canada lane 2. Horace Dove-Edwin, Sierra Leone in 3. Linford Christie from England in lane 4. Augustine and Nketia of New Zealand in lane 5. Olapade, Adeniken, Nigeria 6. Damien Marsh of Australia lane 7. And Elliot Bunny of Scotland lane 8. Marsh in lane 7, second from the left. They're set. Away, Marsh got off to a reasonable start only. Christie got out very well, leads from Nketia and Adeniken. It's Christie in front, Dove-Edwin running rail. Christie in front, and Christie goes on to win 9.98. A new games record for Linford Christie. He's beaten Adeniken. Dove-Edwin's run very well. Damien Marsh behind them.
Yes, great run from Christie, and we were hoping yesterday that they'd go under 10 today, and they did.
It is legal. A 1.8 metre per second tailwind. Linford Christie has broken the Commonwealth Games record. Linford Christie gets a tremendous cheer from the crowd, but already he's disappeared, almost out of view, not quite from our cameras. And there he is. The first time under 10 seconds this year for the great man Linford Christie, 9.98 seconds. A new games record for Christie. Adeniken second in 10.05, Dove-Edwin third, and Nketia and Marsh both the same time. Unfortunately, the Australian, it's gone down to thousandths, and it looks as though he's missed a place in the final. Now the second semi-final, and we have Frankie Nwakpa of Nigeria in lane 1, Steve Brimacombe, the other Aussie, in lane 2, Glenroy Gilbert, Canada 3, Michael Green, Jamaica 4, Frankie Fredericks of Namibia in 5, Ato Boldon, Trinidad Tobago 6, Obadili Thompson in lane 7, and Terry Williams in lane 8. Starters calling them up now. Fredericks in lane 5, the world 200 metre champion. Gilbert and Green in 3 and 4, likely to go through. And hopefully Steve Brimacombe of Australia in lane 2, the start all important.
Yes, very important. We'll see Frankie get a good start. He's been getting good starts all the way through this competition. Frankie will want to show Linford that he's up there with him as well, so this should be quite a fast time.
Fredericks 5, Brimacombe 2. Away, Fredericks off to a good start. Brimacombe fell out of the blocks. Fredericks, Gilbert and Green at the moment. Fredericks having a struggle to overcome Green. Fredericks gets to him now. Look for the time. 10 dead. 10 dead for Frankie Fredericks in defeating Michael Green of Jamaica. And the wind is a problem. It's 2.3 metres, so it's not a legal time.
No, they had a bigger tailwind than Linford's run. Frankie was in a spot of bother just before there. Pulled himself out of it, but gee, makes Linford look even better.
And here it is now, and look at Brimacombe after they've gone probably 5-10 metres. He is a clear last. And Fredericks, well, he had to pull out everything to get to Green here, Kerry.
He certainly did. Michael Green's just running the race of his life here. And you can see again, he's up and running nicely, and his knees are coming up nice and high. Started to tighten a little bit around this point here, and Frankie just cruised on past.
Boldon's run a great race in lane 6 to get third, and in 4th position was Glenroy Gilbert of Canada. Track and field competition, the men's 100 metres final, and there is Linford Christie, the world champion, the Olympic champion, the European champion, and the defending Commonwealth champion. A magnificent specimen of a man who has proven himself without doubt to be one of the great sprinters in the world. There's the start lineup. Horace Dove-Edwin of Sierra Leone in lane 1. Boldon of Trinidad, Tobago in 2. Frankie Fredericks of Namibia, the world champion at 200, lane 3. Michael Green, Jamaica, 4. Olapade, Adeniken, Nigeria, 5. Linford Christie, England, lane 6. Glenroy, Gilbert of Canada in lane 7. And Nketia of New Zealand in lane 8. Kerry Johnson is joining me in commentary. Well, it's a great scene here, a beautiful day for it, Kerry, and the great man Linford Christie. Can he do it?
Oh, I think he'll win this. I think he's going to be hard-pressed by Frankie Fredericks, but I really think that Linford will come out and win this, especially after watching him in the semi this morning. Great run.
Fredericks has been magnificent away from the start, and if he is going to win, he'll need to be that again.
Oh, yes, and I've got every confidence that he will get out of that start quite well. Like I keep saying, for a big man, he starts very, very well, and I'm sure he'll do it here.
Olapade, Adeniken, still wearing the scars of battle after a confrontation with American sprinter Dennis Mitchell in the hotel in Zurich last week, but any injuries that he has been carrying, he certainly hasn't been displaying any ill effects the way he's gone. And listen to the roar from the crowd as the runners are introduced. There's the local Glenroy Gilbert. Stadium by no means full here, but the people who are here are making plenty of noise before the start of this particular event. Are there any outside chances here, Kerry?
I think we've got to be looking lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6. The winners will come from there. I'm sure that Linford will win. I really think Frankie will get second, and really then I think it's up to Michael Green or Olapade, Adeniken. And I didn't really like the look of Olapade this morning. I didn't think he ran as well as yesterday.
So there are the legs that have carried that man to victory on so many times. Frankie Fredericks of Namibia, the world champion in the 200 metres, silver medalist in Barcelona in both the 100 and the 200.
He said because he's the world champion in the 200, a little bit of pressure is taken off him for this 100, and so he doesn't feel it as much as perhaps Linford, but I'm sure he's feeling it now.
Make no doubt about it, they'll all be feeling it down there on the start.
But these fellows, they're all experienced, they know exactly what they've got to do. Linford, I'm sure, wants to be the first person to that out for the first 10 metres. He wants to win it in the first step.
Nervous energy or confidence?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Linford has the same procedure before every single race. He does the same mental rehearsal.
So now they're down on their blocks for the start of the men's 100 metres final at the 15th Commonwealth Games. 100 metres between them and glory. They're away. Christie off to a good start. Fredericks wasn't all that well away. Christie's taken over at halfway. Green stretching him. Fredericks coming through, but the world champ does it. Linford in 9.91 takes the Commonwealth Games. Dove-Edwin coming through.
What a great run.
Has flown home to run second. But Linford Christie is the Commonwealth champion in 9.91 seconds.
Yes, Frankie didn't get out well in that one, and he couldn't make up the ground. And when he did, he panicked a little bit and tightened up. But Horace Dove-Edwin, he just sneaked through right on the inside.
9.91 for Linford Christie. And the wind.
It's a plus 1.9, the wind.
So it is legal. Well, the defending champion has done it, Linford Christie. Here's the replay. And Christie away brilliantly out of lane 6. Fredericks, Kerry, didn't begin as well as he has in the leader.
No, that's right. And then he panicked about here, and you could see he fell in a little bit of a hole. But Linford won it right from the first step.
Have a look at Dove-Edwin from Sierra Leone in lane 1. Look at him overtaking Boldon, Fredericks, Green, in turn, flying up along the inside. It's very close for the silver medal position between Green and Dove-Edwin, who was punching the air, and why wouldn't he? After flying through to get into medal contention, but all of the glory belongs to this man, the favourite all the way through. There were some doubters, perhaps, but he is determined to show that he is currently the greatest sprinter in the world. There's a war of words between he and a couple of the other top sprinters, and it's been very well publicised. But Linford Christie taking a lot of pride in his performance for himself and his country, and here he is in isolation from lane 6, and even at that stage, I'm sure, Kerry Johnson, he had thoughts of a gold medal.
Oh, I think Linford knew right from the start. Like I keep saying, good sprinters want to get it over and done with in the first stride, and Linford did exactly that. He got a great start. really, his concentration skills are unbelievable. He's able to put everything into that one race, into that one moment, and that's exactly what you need to do.
Clear at the finish, and here he is with the national flag making the turn at the top of the straight from where he started just a few moments ago, and then 9.91 seconds later, he was the Commonwealth champion.
And the fastest time he's run this year too, so I'm sure he's quite happy with that.
Only 0.06 outside the world record held by Leroy Burrell. Dove-Edwin took the silver in 10.02. Green took the bronze in 10.05. And Fredericks was fourth in 10.06 seconds. A national record for Dove-Edwin. What a moment for him from Sierra Leone.
Oh, unbelievable. He's going a little bit crazy down the back straight.
You can't see him at the moment, but he's got the Sierra Leone flag in the back straight, and he is going mad as Linford takes it all in his stride. And this is an amazing scene on both sides of the track. A man so used to victory and a man just delirious about running second in the back straight. There is Linford Christie, the Commonwealth champion.
A magnificent athlete, he really is. But Horace Dove-Edwin, we've got to hand it to him. That was a great run. I think he can't believe it. In fact, he's been on the ground a couple of times over there.
Linford Christie is a very serious man in competition. It's not too often you'll see him break into a smile. But today, no problems after taking the Commonwealth Championship. And look at this view from up above in the 100 metres final. And you see Christie already has stamped his authority on the race. And look at Dove-Edwin. He's back last. Coming from last in a 100 metres final to take the silver medal is a moment he'll remember for the rest of his life. But Christie in control. Green, Fredericks unable to reach him. Adeniken, the disappointment of the race, Kerry, you were right.
Yes, I just wasn't happy with the way that he was running this morning. I didn't think he'd do it in this final, but I honestly thought Frankie would get a better start. But Linford, he's a champion. He loves winning championships as well.
Adeniken back in 6th place at 10.11. And here is Horace Dove-Edwin. He'll remember this day for the rest of his life. Even if he never wins a major competition medal, he'll talk about the day that he finished second to Linford Christie in the Commonwealth Games final, and he'll be telling them, I came from last, and people will say, we don't believe you.
Well, I tell you, if he can come from last and run down Frankie Fredericks, he's not doing too badly, so I think he's got a great future.
I just wonder if they'll ever be able to get him off the track for the victory ceremony a bit later on.
I don't think the crowd really mind, actually.
Look at that. That is happiness personified. You'd swear he'd won. And if you're just getting out of bed in Australia and you're looking at that face of Horace Dove-Edwin, that is the man who has taken all the glory. Linford Christie is the champion, and as we watch him stride this 100 metres on the track here at Victoria, Canada, as he defends his Commonwealth Games championship, we'll take a break.
Breaking it in the semi-finals and establishing a very impressive new record in the final, 9.91 seconds, Linford Christie of England.
Thank you, Mike. Congratulations. Very well done. Thank you very much. Very good, and more success to you. Thank you.
Le médaillé d'argent.
Silver medalist, equaling the old Commonwealth Games record of 10.02 seconds, and we believe winning the first ever sprint medal in a major games by an athlete from Sierra Leone, Horace Dove-Edwin.
Le médaillé de bronze.
Bronze medalist, Michael Green from Jamaica.
Thank you very much.
Pour remettre les fleurs.
Presenting the flowers, Mr. Ken Porter, Victoria Commonwealth Games Society Sport Chairman.
Et maintenant, l'hymne de la victoire de l'Angleterre.
And now the victory anthem of England.